Prime Minister Narendra Modi boldly proclaimed, "India is not just a country, it is an idea. It is a civilization that is going to impact the world for the good." This statement encapsulates India's ambition and its growing influence on the world stage. India's rise as a global power is undeniable. It boasts a burgeoning economy, a young and vibrant population, and a rich cultural heritage. This rise, however, is not without its challenges. As India ascends, it must navigate the complexities of global power dynamics, particularly the potential pitfalls outlined by the Thucydides Trap. The Thucydides Trap, a term coined by Harvard professor Graham Allison, describes the dangerous dynamic that emerges when a rising power challenges an established one. Thucydides, the ancient Greek historian, observed this pattern in the Peloponnesian War, where a rising Athens clashed with a dominant Sparta, ultimately leading to war. Allison's research suggests that in the past 500 years, similar power transitions have often resulted in conflict. This historical precedent serves as a stark warning for today's world, where India's rise coincides with China's growing assertiveness and the United States' determination to maintain its global preeminence. History is replete with examples of the Thucydides trap in action. This concept, named after the ancient Greek historian Thucydides, describes the often perilous dynamic that occurs when a rising power threatens to displace an established one. The rise of France under Louis XIV in the 17th century challenged the established power of the Habsburg Empire, creating a volatile environment in Europe. This power struggle led to a series of devastating wars, including the War of Spanish Succession, which reshaped the political landscape of the continent. In the 19th century, a newly unified Germany, under the leadership of Otto von Bismarck, upset the European balance of power. Bismarck's strategic diplomacy and military prowess made Germany a formidable force. This shift in power dynamics culminated in the First World War, a conflict that engulfed much of the world and resulted in unprecedented destruction and loss of life. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the spark that ignited this global conflict. These historical examples underscore the inherent instability that can arise when a rising power challenges the existing order. The Thucydides trap is not just a relic of the past. It is a recurring theme in global politics. They highlight the need for careful diplomacy, strategic restraint, and a willingness to find common ground to avoid falling into the trap of conflict. In today's interconnected world, the stakes are even higher, making it imperative for nations to learn from history and strive for peaceful coexistence. The 21st century is witnessing a seismic shift in global power dynamics. The unipolar world order, dominated by the United States since the end of the Cold War, is giving way to a more multipolar system. China's economic and military rise has positioned it as a formidable challenger to US hegemony. India, with its growing economic clout and strategic ambitions, is also emerging as a major player on the world stage. This multipolarity, while potentially creating a more balanced global order, also increases the risk of miscalculation and conflict if not managed carefully. Section 5. India and China. A dance on the global stage. The relationship between India and China is perhaps the most consequential bilateral relationship of the 21st century. The two Asian giants are simultaneously partners and rivals. They cooperate on economic issues through forums such as BRICS, yet they also harbor deep-seated mistrust stemming from border disputes and strategic competition. The 2020 border clash in Ladakh, which resulted in casualties on both sides, highlighted the fragility of the relationship. Managing this complex relationship, characterized by both cooperation and competition, is crucial for maintaining peace and stability in Asia and beyond. Section 6. Navigating the labyrinth. India's relationship with the United States. India's relationship with the United States has undergone a significant transformation in recent decades. This evolution has been marked by a series of strategic, economic, and cultural exchanges that have brought the two nations closer together. From being wary partners during the Cold War, the two democracies have forged a closer strategic partnership driven by shared interests in counterterrorism, maritime security, and economic collaboration. The Cold War era was characterized by mutual suspicion and divergent geopolitical interests. But the end of the Cold War opened new avenues for cooperation. Today, both nations are committed to ensuring a free and open Indo-Pacific region, which is crucial for global trade and regional stability. Joint military exercises and naval collaborations have become more frequent, reflecting the deepening defense ties between the two countries. The United States views India as a key partner in its efforts to counter China's growing influence. This strategic alignment is evident in various diplomatic and military initiatives aimed at curbing China's assertiveness in the region. India, however, is wary of being drawn into a US-China confrontation and seeks to maintain its strategic autonomy. While it values its partnership with the United States, India is also keen on preserving its independent foreign policy and avoiding entanglement in great power rivalries. Balancing its burgeoning partnership with the United States while safeguarding its own interests is a delicate balancing act for India. This nuanced approach allows India to engage with multiple global powers, ensuring that it remains a pivotal player on the international stage without compromising its sovereignty. Section 7. Internal Discord and the Thucydides Trap, a domestic perspective. The Thucydides Trap is not just a theory of international relations. It also has relevance for understanding internal dynamics within a rising power. This concept, which traditionally examines the tension between a rising power and an established one, can be applied to the internal struggles within a nation. Internal disturbances, such as protests and civil movements, can weaken a nation's unity and distract from its focus on external challenges. These internal conflicts can drain resources, both financial and human, and shift the attention of the government away from critical international issues. Recent events in India, such as the Shaheen Bagh protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act, have brought to light the deep-seated concerns of various communities. These protests were not just about a single law, but reflected broader anxieties about identity and inclusion. Similarly, the farmers' movement against agricultural reforms has been a significant point of contention. This movement has seen widespread participation from farmers across the country, highlighting the critical issues of livelihood and economic security. These events have highlighted the potential for internal divisions to undermine national stability. The clashes between protesters and authorities have sometimes escalated into violence, further deepening the divides within the society. While these movements reflect the vibrancy of India's democracy, they also serve as a reminder of the challenges that come with managing a diverse and populous nation. The ability to protest is a fundamental democratic right, but it also requires a responsive and responsible governance structure. They underscore the importance of addressing grievances through dialogue and consensus building. Engaging in open discussions and finding common ground is essential for maintaining social harmony and ensuring that the nation can focus on both internal and external challenges effectively. Section 8. The Power of Unity, a cornerstone of national strength. In an increasingly complex and interconnected world, national unity is paramount. A nation divided against itself cannot effectively pursue its interests on the global stage. India's diversity, while a source of strength, also presents challenges. It is imperative for citizens from all walks of life to come together and work towards a shared vision of a strong and prosperous India. This requires fostering a sense of national identity that transcends religious, linguistic, and regional differences. Section 9. Charting a course for the future. India's role in a changing world. India stands at a significant crossroads. Its rise as a global power is accompanied by both opportunities and challenges. navigating the complexities of the 21st century requires strategic foresight, diplomatic finesse, and a commitment to national unity. India must leverage its strengths, including its democratic values, its young population, and its technological prowess, to shape a more just and equitable world order for everyone. Section 10. A call to action, embracing patience, unity, and strategic foresight. The journey to becoming a superpower is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to make difficult choices. As India navigates the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century, it is essential for its citizens to embrace unity, engage in constructive dialogue, and support policies that promote national strength and well-being. By working together, India can realize its full potential and contribute to a more peaceful and prosperous world.